looking for hope in all the wrong places. Desperately, last penny at the races. I've been looking for hope through the wrong end of the telescope. So distant for so long. Turned out I had the whole thing wrong. Believe, it's just a game for Sundays. I know I play it some days. Oh, give me strength, yeah. Believe, won't you pacify me? I'm in purgatory. Oh, give me strength, yeah.
Hello.
Your name?
Yep. Hello, my name's Jason Williamson. It was good, yeah. Yeah, it was really good. It's always good when we play here. It's a great venue, and you know it's even greater cause today. So yeah, it's good to be a part of it. Significance, well, it's quite clear what's going on. You know, outside you can't avoid it, especially over the last 5 months, 6 months. So anything to try and sort of ease that a little bit. And I think this idea that DHP and George, cooked up is a really good idea, especially the fact that there's going to be no middlemen, so to speak. All the money's going to go directly to framework. So I mean, that's great, and hopefully that the chunk of money might do something. So just be more conscientious of it, I think, and think about it more. That in itself can contribute to a bigger body of reasoning when it comes to attitudes towards homeless people, and also attitudes towards the right kind of politics, if there is one. So. No, I'm going home. But if I was in my prime, I'd be out all day. Yeah, I'll go and see Grey Hairs. I think Slumber Party are playing. Kagoule. That's about it, really. I mean, there's loads of bands. That's a good thing about it. It's going to introduce bands to people. You know what I mean? So.
It was amazing. The Rock City main stage is something that has been on my bucket list for a really long time, and to get to do it for Beat the Streets is even better because it's such a great cause. So. First time playing the Rock City main stage, and I've actually been coming to Rock City for like years and years and years. My first ever gig was to watch was here. I saw the script here in 2004 or something. I was like a teenager, super spotty, and I loved it. And I've always wanted to play here, so this is a bit of a dream come true, it's been said. Just how full it was unbelievable. You never know kind of how many people are going to turn up, and it's my first time playing a venue of that size in Nottingham, and it was just unbelievable to see how many people were there and singing. And so yeah, my favourite moment is always the audience, just them singing and being involved and stuff. Our awareness of homelessness, I think, across the country has gotten better and better, which is really great. I think the work that Framework does here in Nottingham really sort of not only helps the homeless, but also helps raise awareness. And I think sometimes we can be a bit ignorant to homelessness, even though it's right there in our face a lot of the time. So it's great to be able to support them and to be able to help them do the great work that they do. I love Don't Forget Rupert. I see them whenever I can see them because I think they're a really great band. I think they're going to do great things. Their stage presence and their energy is just like, it's like going to a house party, I feel like, seeing their show. I also love Harleighblu. I've loved Harleighblu since day one. I actually met Harleighblu here in Rock City doing a photo shoot for Left Lion. And ever since then, I've just been in love with a voice and a songwriting. And Harley's safe, like, to see an artist, a female artist, own the stage and just do a thing is always just so inspiring. So yeah, I love Harley.
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay, so it's Rolo, right? Yeah. Both rolling? Rolo.
So I moved to Nottingham when I was 19. I lived there for 6 years and kind of, I guess, spent my formative years here, as it were. And our band was based out of band was based out of Nottingham for a couple of years now. Our guitarist Chris still lives here, so we still have connections to the city. A lot of the music on a few of our records was written here and lyrically like influenced by experiences that were had here. So it's somewhere that I'm always gonna have a lot of feelings and memories tied to. It's good to be involved, and we're happy to be here and to be contributing in a small way to an event like this, which is raising awareness and money for a really, really good cause, supporting charities like Framework that have been doing fantastic work in the city for a number of years now. So for us, the Bodega is a really, really special venue. A lot of us have worked there, and during my time living in Nottingham, it was kind of my base, as it were. We played a lot of shows there in the past, and it's always really, really good fun, so it's going to be a real treat being back. And as well, we recorded the drums for our third album upstairs in the Bodega. It was all done there. So yeah, it's going to be nice to go and play.
I saw a little bit of Fat Digester just as I came in, and they're super dope. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Is it
And also my friend Kai was playing earlier, and a little bit of Rob Green as well. I'm really, really proud of Nottingham for putting something like this on. Genuinely very proud of our city. We have the musical talent, and we also have the venues and amazing people like DHP that will be accommodating, you know, putting all this talent on. And I think there is something special about Nottingham in terms of we, you know, support each other and we care about what happens to people within Nottingham. And obviously, you know, to raise money for such an amazing cause, like, I'm very proud of our city, very proud. Like, I can't believe it. To headline it as well, it's just like mind-blowing for me. It's been a long time coming, and I feel ready. I think I'm ready. I don't know. I'll let you know afterwards.
Yeah.
But I'm very excited. Yeah. Oh, I've got too many. I've got too many memories, but I have to say, I'll have to shout out my old stomping ground, the Bodega Social Club. Literally, I've played gigs there since I was about 16, 17, and it was literally where I was given my first slots, and it will always be a really special venue to me, like, no matter what. I played there actually about 3 months ago, and it was one of my best Nottingham shows I've ever played. So yeah, I think that will always be a special venue to me. I think, again, more stuff like this, if we can help in any way we can. You know, someone like me maybe can't volunteer or something like that, but maybe I can play a show that can raise money, or, do you know what I mean? I think everyone should just come together in like amazing, you know, situations like this, and do everything we can as a community together to solve it. So anywhere we can, whether that's dropping stuff off at, you know, homeless shelters, or, you know, food banks and stuff like that, if you can, you know, actually go out there and get involved. And everyone that's donated a ticket today has gone out there and got involved, so that's great.
the city of the whore. The old legend looked for God. Was it ever in our blood to help those without a loss? You can still hear robins' tales if you're a tourist on a tour. Spend your money where you like, just don't spend it on the poor. Who gives a damn in Nottingham? Who gives a damn in Nottingham? I walked down on Mansfield Road, where the ghosts slump in a daze. They fall down with weary loads, smoking spikes in alleyways. Then I come to Clumber Street, and the town is chock-a-block. Everyone looks at their feet, 'cause nobody wants to be stopped. Who gives a damn in Nottingham? Who gives a damn in Nottingham? Selling all our rights and buying all their lives. Selling all our rights, buying all their lives. I'm going down, up from town, I really need a drink. All around, people drown, see the bodies sink. You're always asked, walking past, have you got to spare? You say you're sorry, mate, you're running late, you wish that you could care. Another guy walking by through the homeless smoke. If I gave a quid to every kid, then I would be broke. I'm not a mug, you just want drugs, I haven't any change. A load of shit, a hypocrite, I spend it on the same. Who gives a damn in Nottingham? Down in Nottingham. Who gives a damn in Nottingham?
Rolling when you're ready.
MV2.
Rolling.
So today I'm looking forward most to just, Rough Trade being involved with Beat the Streets is a very proud thing for us. We were very grateful to be asked, and since it's for such a momentous occasion that's thoroughly needed for the city, we were always going to say yes. So kind of just having a stage is amazing for us right now.
Rolling.
So yeah, Rough Trade's now just over 3 years old, so still fairly new. record shop downstairs, live gig space upstairs. We've kind of created a format upstairs for like any Nottingham musicians to be able to come along and showcase their ability, kind of know what matter what, and like that's a really good thing for not just the city but artists of like any ability also. So we're very happy that we've kind of created that space for them. So yeah, but as a community, like Nottingham's live music's never been stronger right now. You've got live bands playing every single night, and you can catch good live music all across the city, DHP venues, Rough Trade, the Maze, just anywhere. It's amazing right now. Well, like I said before, Beat the Streets needs to happen really. The homeless crisis, you can see it on Broad Street, has got worse, and this occasion is something that's going to really help. Well, I hope it's going to help that community and help people anyway. Yeah, on Broad Street where Rough Trade is, you can kind of see it quite clearly, especially when you're closing late at night. It's really bad. People not just on Broad Street, but when you walk down near Bar and everywhere else in Hockley, you know, sometimes you can count just walking home after work, maybe 5 to 6 rough sleepers. So yeah, I think this is a thing we need to address, and we're all coming together to do that, which is kind of, you know, it's great. It's what we really need.
Some of the ones that are kind of jumping out, there's like Pugsy and T doing all the grime sort of things happening. I think that's really good. I'm always like behind acts, obviously, that I really like on my own labels. 94 Gunships, Stacey McMullen. Towers have been really impressing me, like their performances and like a sort of like rock kind of harking back to sort of some of the bands when I first started getting into music. So really impressed with them. But yeah, there's lots really. Beat the Streets, how they're helping Framework, which is such a good sort of organisation in the city and doing such a lot, is very important. There's lots of musicians I know that like work for Framework. My sister, for starters, she works for Framework. She got a job last year. I think that that would have probably been directly helped by Beat the Streets, and like the 100,000 that was raised last year. There's lots of other people I know that started work for them, so that's really good. And you know, there's so much funding being cut left, right, centre that's good. It kind of highlights the issues that are around that we see every day. There's more people on the street that we notice, like on their way to work, and you kind of get used to it, but we shouldn't do. Really good, yeah. I'm amazed it's happening. I'm really glad. It's nice. It's always a nice vibe with these sort of festivals because people are playing for the same, sort of cause, and there's no real egos, and I think that's kind of even helped by the way that the set times aren't released till quite late on, and it's not so much about headliners, it's just about everyone playing sort of different times. I think that's really important, and I think it just kind of goes to make us stronger as a city and a music community. It's a big question, but I suppose just when these policies come through, more people to challenge them, and a bit more transparency, and sort of and maybe like the politicians sort of admitting there is a problem would be a good start. Like I've seen lots of footage of some of the politicians going to to food banks and kind of shaking hands with them and sort of saying how they're supporting them, but at the same time the policies they're implementing are directly the reasons why they're about. It's a really weird situation, and obviously there's not much money anywhere probably in the world. Everywhere seems to be going through problems, things with Brexit and everything like this, but it does seem a shame that it's the most vulnerable are the first people to get hit, no matter what, and there's no sort of safeguards in place. And if there could be some people shouting about that or making defending that sort of thing, and us all getting together and making a point of saying we're not going to stand for this, and these sort of budgets shouldn't be touched or even thought about cut. We should maybe start thinking about maybe taxing the richer people, and like things like NHS going, all these sort of issues. You know, I think we would rather pay a little bit of tax just to make sure those things don't go. So I just think people should be aware and kind of like point out when the policies get put in, and people just shouldn't let them go without being challenged.
Hey everyone, it's Sam from Harleighblu. We've just got off stage from playing Rock City at Beat the Streets. I urge all the bands in the world to approach and try and get involved in this festival. It's a really great one, especially as it raises so much hard-earned money for people that need it the most. And for all you punters out there, get involved because it's a wicked day.
Is there anything else we could get?
Yeah.
Blinded.
Coffee.
Blinded.
Blinded.
Brad Deer.
Sleeping mods.
Head sticks.
They're blinded.
They're blind. They are blinded. They are blinded. Yeah. Simply. Harleighblu. Heard a lot about them, but not seen them. So I want to see them.
Invisible Orchestra. They've
Invisible
got plenty in the
Orchestra.
tank, haven't they?
They've got plenty in the tank. Plenty in the tank. Well, we always support Hope as well as we have done Framework as well. The times we played in Nottingham, we always do a food drop to try and eradicate homeless and help people who need food, kitchens and drop-in shelters. So this, just for us, is just taking it higher, where everybody can get involved, rather than just one show, the Ferocious Dog do. Everybody's getting involved, and it's just amazing to see how many people queuing down the road as we turned up. It's just like fantastic. This is what we need, you know what I mean? Because it is a problem, you know, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. So, you know, at least musicians and people see that there's a problem here in Nottingham and to do something about it. And this is the best way to do something about it. It's amazing. What do you think? I think it's blinded.
It's blinded. Myself and Alex have been in the band a year now. It's been mind-blowing, to be fair. So we couldn't do it without everybody. People follow you everywhere, and spend their money on coming to see you, and you know, it's fantastic.
I think this is just a start, isn't it? I mean, if this is just a start and things usually get bigger and better, I mean, this is a success already. So, you know, just seeing everybody's buzzing around the place, and you know, to see so many bands just giving up their spare time for something that means something brilliant. So next year, make it bigger and better. Well done for the experience, right? Yeah. Putting it all off.
Pretty darned awesome, actually.
Yeah.
I'd love to have heard a bit more music between arranging things, but it kicked off well with Stuart Pearce. That was pretty amazing.
That was a good one.
So good to see him in action, and he's such a genuine guy, and such a enthusiast, and so hugely well informed. Well, it's not good, it has to be said. I'm afraid that everything that we were talking about this time last year in terms of lack of housing, problems with the benefits system, and so on, all equally true. There's been a lot of work done, and it is keeping a lid on the situation, but there are still 30 people sleeping rough on a night at the moment, which is 30 people too many, really. Well, you can imagine this time of year with the temperatures pretty low, it's grim, obviously, and people are probably obviously there because they're in a really desperate situation and they've exhausted all the other possibilities. So they're probably not in a terribly good way in terms of mental health. Maybe there's drug addiction kicking in, alcohol problems, etc. So there's a lot to do. I most certainly can. I mean, the most amazing thing was that it was so generous that we were actually able to do far more than we really thought. So in the immediate winter period, we were able to put people up in B&Bs. We were able to do a lot of support to people who are actually on the streets during the day as well as overnight. But in addition to that, and we resettled a lot of people too, which was fantastic. I think in the year it was more than 500 people that we got off the streets and resettled. But in addition to that, we were able to actually employ an extra person on the street outreach team going out, really early doors to find people and get involved with helping them to find accommodation. But also employed a social worker. So once we got people off the streets, we were able to make sure that they got the support that they needed and the benefits and all that kind of thing, which was a huge bonus. Well, it's hard to express the gratitude, frankly. I mean, it's just, as a fundraiser, you're always really grateful when people are interested. Well, when an organisation like DHP shows such a lot of interest right from the top to the bottom, everybody's so committed to it, and all the people, all the musicians who get involved so willingly and just put on such a fantastic show, and then the members of the public who come along and just keen to see that we're involved and being supported by DHP in this way. It's a pretty darn massive thing, it really is. When we've done this, I'm going to rush upstairs and hear Eagle's Scarecrow. I think that's going to be quite exciting.
Yeah.
I met a couple of the guys earlier on. They seemed really excited to be here. Yeah. Huge thank you. Just astounding and so encouraging, and please keep doing it.
If you think you are too you are too. I've been looking for hope in all the wrong places, desperately. Last penny at the races. I've been looking for hope through the wrong end of the telescope. So distant for so long. Turned out I had the whole thing wrong. Believe, it's just a game for Sundays. I know I play it some days. Oh, give me strength, yeah. Believe, won't you pacify me? I'm in purgatory. Oh, give me strength, yeah. I was finding myself down the path less taken, but you were pulling me in the other direction, yeah. And it's a tale, it's an age-old fable, not taking every chance I'm able, 'cause I was waiting for a deity, oh, and all you did was make it hell for me. My saving grace beats in my chest, yeah. Believe, it's just a game for Sundays. I know I play it some days. Oh, give me strength, yeah. Believe, won't you pacify me? I'm in purgatory. Oh, give me strength. Yeah, believe. It's just a game for Sundays. I know I play it some days. Oh, give me strength. Yeah, believe. Won't you pacify me? I'm in purgatory. Oh, give me strength.
Hey guys, my name is Laurie Lingworth. I've just literally come off stage from playing at Red Rooms with my band. It was unreal, absolutely rammed in there. Thank you to Beat the Streets for putting me on. Thanks to Rescue Rooms for hosting, and thank you to everybody that came down. Give loads of money to Framework.
Good, really sweaty, but a lot of fun. We actually had a show in London last night, so we didn't get back home until about 6 a.m. So we've all been asleep until about 2 hours ago before our set. But it's been great. It's been a really good crowd. It's quite surprising to say it's so early on in the day. Probably, it was our first ever proper gig. It wasn't like in a pub or kind of thing. It was on Rock City main stage with Dog Is Dead, and at the time I was actually the youngest person to ever have played it. I think I was like 14 or 15 at the time, and obviously that's gonna keep such a like important place in my heart forever. Like we've had some incredible shows here, but that one was just like never gonna forget it. It's great. It's really good because obviously the charity is Framework. I used to volunteer at Music Exchange before that closed down. Obviously they work quite close with Framework as well. And it's something that's really important because every single person deserves somewhere to live, you know. And it's really good to be able to like do anything you can to help the charity, you know, like even if it's just playing a show. It's just good to be able to help out, for sure.
Nah. No, I'm dead excited. I came in just in time to see 94 Gunships, who are my favourite band in Nottingham, probably. Well, that's going to be bad, I'm going to upset some friends with that. But yeah, they're probably my favourite band, and it was absolutely teeming in there. You couldn't get in to the basement, and it got me so excited immediately for what's going to happen later. There's just people overflowing and spilling out. I even had to like go through the main room and come down into the basement, and it was still overflowing from that side. So it's like, cool, I can hear them, but I can't see them. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. Oh God, I love it all. Like we had a bit of because we played down in London yesterday as well, and we've got to a stage now where we're working on our third album, and we've got like 30+ songs and half an hour only to fill, and we have no way of cutting these songs. We love playing them all, so I've not really been in a band where that's the position to be in before, so it's really nice, but yeah, at the same time we feel like we're killing our darlings every time we have to drop something from the set. So now I'm like elated from like that first little kind of feedback note to the last thing. It's just like, oh, I'm doing the thing that I love doing. So yeah. Yes, yeah, I really am. This was, we were absolutely gutted to not be a part of this last year. We both attended, and we came and watched a load of bands, and we was just like really kind of blown away by how much DHP had given to it as well. Like literally all profits, everything was for Framework. And I was kind of, I completely didn't expect that at all. Like not for any biased reason or anything, but I just couldn't imagine any organisation just being like, we're going to put all this time in and all of our resources into, and then just give it all away. And that really kind of made me go, right, if this is next year as well, we're doing it next year. So yeah, I'm really happy about that. I'm just happy to be kind of a small part of kind of making that happen and giving something back. I'm luckily I've never kind of had to live on the street or have anything like that. I'm in a really lucky position because of that, but unfortunately some people aren't. So to kind of help, I feel like playing for like 30-40 minutes isn't really anything at all to help, but it's a little bit, and yeah,
it definitely is in the bigger picture. Isn't it?
Yeah, the more we can all do, the better. And like seeing, like I've just been into that main room up there, and the amount of people that are here doing it, like yeah, it's kind of an honour to be part of it.